Kings! everybody, what's happening? All right, you guys know the rule of the game here is that you usually have to figure out if I'm good with my audio. Let's see here. Best one you've interacted with today. Hey Barley, what's happening? Double checking. Loud mic, lots of breathing. Okay, loud mic, lots of breathing. All right, how's that? How's that, Jess? Is that better? Perfect. Excellent. Do you guys hear the music at all? Mind your business, Pearly. All right, fantastic. All right. Hey, everybody, welcome in. It is a Saturday night. It is a cooking stream. You guys, this has been a long time coming. Already better. Thank you. Thank you. Glittering Snow, how are you, sweetie? Sorry about the buffering. I don't know what's going on. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the buffering here. So it seems to be okay now, but hopefully it stays good throughout. All right, so let's do a few shout outs here. A few shout outs. We got Katie Mean Green in the house. Katie, what's happening, girl? Katie is going to be following along. If you guys have got the ingredients, some of you do, some of you don't. I don't know. Hopefully you guys do. If you don't, that's fine. What we're going to do first is we are going to introduce our guest chef, right? So we have a guest chef tonight. It's UXOGUY, straight from Florida. So let me see if this pop-up actually works, shall we? Hey Jess, hey Barley, let's see, UXO pop-up, let's see, does it work? There we go. Hey UXO! Hold on. Hold on, I want to make sure, there we go. Hey UXO.
Hey,
buddy.
How's it going?
Good. I see you. You see me? You see us? You see what's going on?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Rando's saying, hey, it's UXOGUY. Yep. Jessica Starr saying totally works. Make sure you show your work, Katie Mean Green. Yep. So UXO, how are you down there in Florida?
Hot. It's the middle of a swamp, so it's miserable, but we kind of like it together. Like self-induced torture.
It's just like torture, yeah. I commend you because I would not like to live in Florida. Nothing personal. Nothing. All right, we have an ad break in progress. It looks like 20 seconds in. So I will wait another 20 seconds to make sure that we get everybody kind of situated and we get ourselves into a thing here. I also want to make sure that the music is not too distracting and it's not too weird for everybody. Jess, you're the good person on this. Do you even hear the music? I'm just checking.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything. Let's see if the chat does. Oh, so they are good music. Okay, so I guess it's not distracting because you guys can't even hear it. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and mute that so that actually I'll bring it up on the stream. See if you guys can. There we go. All right. Music's fine, soft but good. Your voice is slightly overdriven. All right, so a little slightly overdriven. Let me just bring that down a little bit. All right, is that better, Jess? Is that better? I just want to make sure you guys got good content, man. That's all. Trees, what's happening? I'd be following if I would find where to put the damn cast iron. Where to put the damn cast iron? Yeah, you kind of need a cast iron pan for this one. All right, UXO. So we're gonna head on into my part of the stream here, and we're gonna come back to you in about I'd say about 45 minutes or so. 45 minutes to an hour. See you soon.
All right, we'll see you soon.
All right, guys. So here we are, Saturday night. It is not a Saturday night at the Gato if there's not some kind of cocktail involved. So of course we are going to start off with the first recipe for the night, and that would be our snake venom, guys. Snake venom right here. So this is an ode to Bitey. And just to kind of point this out, you see a little tankard down there, a little tankard with a 0 on it. So because this is the last night of our subathon here at the Gato, whenever that one fills up with subs, we're going to basically what's going to end up happening is that I'm going to take a shot of that rum back here. So this Pirate's Grog right here. So whenever that fills up with 5 subs, this stuff, I will take a shot of this. So it could be a rough night, it could be an easy night. I don't know. However do you guys feel to celebrate the Gato this month in May, Subathon month. All right, so I'm leaving this over here. Nice safe place. Nice safe place. Jorge in the house. Yes, bitey for life, baby. Bitey for life. So let's see what we got going on here. So we got all kinds of bitey. So the bottom line is that for this particular beverage, this particular cocktail, it is, I wanted to do something a little, I wanted to like really line up to what the biteys do, right? So I'm gonna kind of like give you a quick little video here. So the biteys, if you play the game, you know that when you come up to them, they got the little venom coming at you. It's purple, right? It's there goes Katie dropping in those gift subs. Woo! Katie, thank you so much, sweetie. Shot. We got 5 of them coming in. That little tanker thing doesn't seem to be working. I suck at programming half the time, and then the other half the time, I'm great at programming. I'm keeping an eye. 5 of those. Thank you, guys. All right, Katie. That means I'm taking a shot. There we go. All right. So as you see here, the bitey, when he's doing his venom, you see it goes from like a bluish and it's got like a pink and it's got a purple, right? So basically it's purple. So what I wanted to do is that for this particular drink, I wanted to emulate that effect. And I figured out how to do it, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works. So first and foremost, we want to make sure we get some nice black sand, so kind of like little lava-esque black sand. So let's start off. So first thing we need is a lime. So we're going to take a lime. I got a few limes back here. This is a nice big lime. I'm going to need some juice anyway. So what you want to do for this, and I'm going to do a little close-up action here. So let's, where's my snake? Let's keep that up. Let's keep that up, and let's go over to our close-up. So what we want to do is we're going to rub these limes, because this gets more juice out of the limes. Okay. So let's pop this off for right now, so you guys can see what's going on. So what you want to do is that now you are going to take your knife. You're going to cut it, of course. And what you are going to do now is you're going to grab your glass. So where is my glass? Where did Shredz put her glass? Shredz oh, here it is. It's behind the pineapple. Behind the pineapple. So what you want to do, right? So is you're going to take your glass, which is right here, and you are going to take just a hair of this lime. So like just a sliver. I mean, literally a little sliver. And you are going to go ahead and you're going to just rub the edge of this glass. There we go. And you can always, I love this smell of lime. Anyway, and so right here, you notice we got black salt. So this is black salt, it's lava salt. And what you're going to do is you're just going to dip in your glass. Now you can go halfway if you don't want a lot of salt on your drink. Just go halfway, just like that. Look at that. So kind of nice, right? All right, so we're going to leave this here on the side. All right. It's a great hack of your, highly recommend those who have done it. Yeah, oh, I know, right? It's like, yeah, black salt. It is, Katie. Actually, it's not, Katie, it's not super fancy. Hold on. You can actually, I ended up getting this, believe it or not, I ended up getting this at a Kohl's. Because Kohl's sometimes has like these really random things in their kitchen department that don't sell at certain places. It's like a gourmet thing. So they ended up with these gourmet salt things, like San Francisco Chef Company Black Lava Gourmet Salt. And I got this thing for like $3. And I've had this thing for like, I can't even tell you. I think I've had this thing for like 10 years. So salt doesn't really go bad. Anyway, so there's my glass, right, with the black salt. Okay, so let's put that aside. So now what we're going to do to make this bitey drink is we're going to dive right into the ice situation here. So let's get ourselves some ice. So we're going to grab our little ice tray here, and we're going to put ice into our into our glass. All right. Also, by the way, guys, make sure just let me know if the audio sounds weird or if I'm not sounding right or anything's weird's happening. Please, 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 because you know it's all a learning process. So there we go. So three cubes in the glass. You guys can see that right there. 3 cubes in the glass. Okay. So let's keep this ice here because we're going to need the ice in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to add it to our shaker. Self-preserving salt. Exactly, Jorge. Exactly. All right. So now we have our shaker. Again, it is a Saturday night, guys. So you got to have a nice cocktail. All right. So we're going to add in some ice cubes. There we go. That's enough ice cubes. See, it's right there. A knife. There you go. A knife, ice cubes. Good. Okay. So let's tidy this up. We don't need this anymore. Get this out of the way. All right. So put the ice back. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 ounces of tequila. Yeah, that's right. 2 ounces of tequila. I said it. You're at the Gato, guys. You guys know it's going to be 2 ounces of something. So 2 ounces of tequila. Where's my thingy? So this is a there you go. It's about so you see on the top here it says 2 ounces. We're gonna take 2 ounces, and we're gonna drop that right in. Add a little bit more just for there you go, just for good measure. And of course, Katie's already got me drinking out of that rum bottle, so I will get to that in a second. 2 ounces for now. Exactly, Solior. So this is Casanova. You guys always want to go with good tequila. Don't, just because it's going into a drink, don't skimp. It's just, life is too short to drink shit. You guys know this. All right. Now we're going to take this and then we're going to add in some lime juice. So now we're going to add in 2 ounces of lime juice. So put this aside. So the lime juice we're making fresh. So we're going to take this little guy here. Now, if you guys don't have one of these, I highly, highly recommend. This is it's basically called a mini measure, and it has all the measurements, on all sides for small measurements, and it's absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend this thing enough because I can just squeeze this lime right into here, and I know exactly how much I got. I don't have to kind of like do any kind of weird acrobatics. Let's see. And get this. Whoop. Did I just squeeze you guys in the eye? Actually, there's a word for this now. There's actually a word I heard that it's I forgot the damn word, but it's some weird made up word. So this is 2 tablespoons. This is 1 ounce. So you guys can see this is 1 ounce. 1 ounce, and we need 2 ounces of lime juice. So that's 1, and that means for juice money shots. Yeah. Good call there, Celia. I like it. Turn my camera on when it's time to drink. Don't drink alone. Okay, you got it. So I'm going to rub the lime again. Get rid of this. It goes into the garbage bowl. And we'll do this. By the way, always keep your knives sharp. I can't tell you. I know it sounds very counterintuitive, but having your knives sharp, as sharp as they can be, is actually safer than having dull knives, because at least you won't be trying to push and trying to act kind of weird, to do some weird stuff to try to get it to work, and you won't end up cutting yourself. So, kind of weird, right? It is seriously. It is absolutely counterintuitive, but it's so true, so true. If somebody's trying to hit me up on Discord, now is not a really good time. Somebody should try to hit me up on Discord later. It does, Jess. It actually does make a lot of good sense. As someone who used to work with knives for a living, agreed. Yeah, it's so much. When you have dull knives, you're trying too hard, and therefore you can slip, right? It could slip, so you definitely don't want that. So that is 2 ounces of lime juice, and actually I just add a little bit, squeeze a little bit more just for good measure. All right, there we go. All right, guys. So now let's put this lime away over here. So now next up, this is where the fun part gets going here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add blue curacao. So we are going to add 1 ounce of blue curacao. So this is this stuff here. Now, blue curacao basically tastes like oranges. So it's citrusy. If you're ever wondering what it tastes like, and you're like, ooh, should I put that into something? And also, this is why you guys see like those blue Hawaiian or blue margaritas. Because margaritas, if you guys know margaritas, and I'm assuming you guys are gatos, so you guys must know margaritas, it is tequila and some kind of citrus and some kind of orange. So you end up with blue curacao, which tastes like oranges, and lime juice and tequila. So it's kind of like a margarita, sorta. Exactly, right, Jess? All right, so blue magic, right, Barley. All right, so where's my? Oh, here we go. All right, so let's wipe down our counter here. Don't want to get dirty because the next part it's going to be a little funky. Not funky, but this is like I said, this is the fun part. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. All right, there we go. So now let's take my other shaker. Close this up. All right, there we go. So now we have our strainer. And we're going to strain this into the glass. So let's get everything out of the way because we don't need this anymore. And you guys need to kind of see the effect. You guys need to see the effect. All right, we'll put that there. All right, here we go. Let's move this out of the way. Don't need the salt anymore. Put the salt right there. There we go. Okay, let's wipe this down. All right. How is everybody tonight? All right, here we go. So let's take this. We'll put our salt glass right here. And remember, this is our bitey. There we go. Now, there's the drink. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make this bitey-fied. So how we do that is we take 1/2 ounce of grenadine. So we're going to go in, we're going to grab 1/2 ounce. So 1/2 ounce, where's my ounces? Shreds, can barely see. Red on red. All right, here we go. So when I was thinking about how to make a drink for the book, I wanted to kind of like hit all the different areas of the Sea of Thieves, as you guys know, and this was one of them. So here we go. How to make it look like bitey venom. You take the grenadine and you slowly pour it over. So you see that? You see the, there it is. You slowly pour it over so you get that effect. Look at that. And there's your bitey, guys. Yeah. Exactly, Jess. Exactly. Let's head on back here. Let's take a look at let's take a look at what we got. So we have ourselves. Thank you, Barley. Check it out. Ooh, yeah. Hold on. And now I get to taste it. Ah. Oh, UXO guy wanted to make sure that he was on camera for this. Sorry, UXO guy, I'm coming. There he is. Hey, bud.
Oh man, that looks incredible.
Well, I mean, isn't it cool? I mean, I was like trying to figure out how to make it look exactly like the Venom, and so yeah, it worked out. It worked out really well. It worked out really well.
Did an awesome job. Awesome job.
Thank you.
So,
let me say,
Marley, I did not make it to Venom. I believe it or not, I don't drink. Not by anything other than personal choice. If you know much about me, I do love my libations. Just not alcoholic.
Just not the. Yeah, he does. He does like some of them for sure. For sure.
No, I did grab. I wanted to. I grabbed a spiked drink. I don't know what it is. So yeah, we'll go down the hatch together.
Very nice. All right, so cheers. Hold on a second, UXO. I just want to double check something on my audio. I don't know why. You know, it's always audio. It's always audio. Can't seem to. Yeah, no, we're fine. It's just I don't seem to be able to hear the system anymore, which is annoying as all hell. So hold on here. Let's see.
I mean, I can try another one of these things. They're pretty good.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm good. All right. Hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully it's fine. Let me see if it actually. I'll tell you if it's fine or not. Whoa! 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 There we go. Sorry, guys. Fight. Oh, so you can actually hear the music too. All right, great, Jess. All right, so let me just bring down the music. Yeah, it was just me then. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, excellent. So, yeah, you can hear the crab dance. Fabulous, Barley. Thank you. All right, UXO, we'll be right back with you. Where's your beverage? Did I even see you when you were drinking?
Down the hatch.
All right.
Very
there you
quickly.
go. Cheers. All right, fantastic. All right, that means that we're getting into our next. I'm gonna UXO guy. We'll be right back with you a little bit later. Here's the recipe, guys, for the snake venom. So if you guys want to try it out, you can just write this down here, or you can actually head over to the website, and I have it there on the website. You can just take a look at it, and now that you know how to do it, it should be a lot easier for you to make. It's actually delicious, guys. All right, I owe Katie Mean Green a shot of rum, so let me get that done. And then we're gonna dive into making the. Before I do that, I'm gonna heat up the oven to 350. I'm gonna head over here. All right, I'm preheating the oven to 350 because you know that I'm gonna lose track of that so quickly. You guys know me; I'm totally distracted by shiny things. Let me get rid of this salt. The salt goes back there. We don't need the grenadine anymore. Also, I have a surprise for you guys on the pineapple upside down cake. It is not pomegranate season. So I tried to make it as authentic to the image as possible, but since it is not pomegranate season, the only available ones were frozen, and oh my God, they suck. They suck so bad. They look horrible. They look like I can't even tell you. It's gross. So I decided, screw it. You guys do not deserve crappy looking food in any way, shape, or form. So I got maraschino cherries instead. Barley, not pomegranate season. Those tariffs are bitch. It's true, Barley. It's quite possible it might be tariff related, but you know, I don't know. All right. I owe before we get to the pineapple, I owe Katie a thing. I owe Katie a shot. Katie, is for you, sweetie. Every five tonight. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, because you know I tend to forget these things, guys, drop in #cake. We are giving away we're giving away a few things. We're giving away a signed cookbook, so a signed Sea of Thieves Cookbook to one lucky viewer. We're also giving away an apron. So I'll be wearing an apron tonight. You won't be getting that apron. You'll be getting a new apron, and a tankard. So go ahead, guys. Drop in #cake. All right. So let me just run a shot glass. All right. All right, Katie. Here's for you, sweetie. Thank you so much. Cheers. Wait, let me get rid of the giveaway. There we go. Cheers. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a fun night. Okay. All right, let me put that away. Whew. Thank you, Katie. All right, let's just make sure I actually do this correctly and I actually make the cake tonight. Oh, shit. Rando! Oh my God, Rando! Thank you, sweetie pie. Another 5 subs coming in. Look at this, UXO guy. I told you, man. These gatos like to see me trashed. Oh my God, Rando! Thank you so much. Thank you. After I tell you what, I will drink it. I'll drink it. I'll drink it right now, Rando. And then maybe we'll hit some other ones after the cake. But I gotta get the cake started. And Katie is there waiting to get this cake going, right, Katie? All right, Rando, this is for you, buddy. Also, Rando did gift 5 yesterday, so super cool. Where the hell did I put my? Yeah, I'm gonna start losing track of where my shot glass is. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Take as long as you need. Pirate's Grog, down the hatch, guys. Cheers. Thank you, Rando. Whew, here we go. You know, that second one goes down a little smoother. All right, let's get started, shall we? I'm gonna head over to my my so-called pantry. I also got to put on my my apron now that I'm done with beverages. Thank you guys so much for all your support, subs, and everything. I really appreciate you so much. I also do apologize if the animations are not working for some reason. You know, can't have everything. I swear to God. All right, let's see. All right, Katie, gotta make sure you got your apron on. Ooh, spicy. Rando, best shot I've seen taken today. What's the code? The code is #cake, guys. #cake. Here's the giveaway code. #cake. All right. So, obviously the beginning of any pineapple upside down cake happens to be, I mean, I think you might have guessed it by now, pineapple. So, I know you guys have seen me talk about pineapple before, but we're back to talking about pineapple because this is the Maui pineapple. Let's do a close-up shot here. Let's go to the different. We're gonna go to second, third cam here. So this is this is our Maui gold pineapple, and there goes my there goes my AirPod. It goes flying. I just make sure we don't have AirPods in the cake. That's all that matters. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing. So here we go. This is the Maui pineapple is absolutely outstanding. It's like one of the best ones. But what I ended up doing is that I saw this in the market and I thought to myself, wow, Gatos would really appreciate this. I found, check this out. I found another pineapple in the store, and I rarely see these. So it is called a pink glow pineapple. So supposedly, all right, the story is that these pineapple, these different companies are coming up with different type of cross something, cross pollination of these pineapples to make these very different types of things. And so this one here is pink on the inside. And by the way, the kitchen smells awesome. The kitchen smells like Hawaii. I mean, this is actually grown in Costa Rica, but it still smells like Hawaii because fuck everything. So it smells like Hawaii. And by the way, Barley, in case you're wondering, no, this one didn't have any tariffs. At least not that I know of. I mean, it was still kind of, kind of pricey, but you know how it is. All right, let's, yeah, so good, Jorge, so good. All right, so let's get cranking here. Let's get going with our cutting. So, perfect, but I was more going for, were you? Is that really actually a joke, Barley? Yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's talk pineapple. Let's talk cutting into this pineapple because that's the first thing we need to do for our pineapple upside down cake. So, Katie, make sure you got your pineapple ready to go. I don't know if you cored yours. I don't know if you're actually using a actually, Katie, tell me, are you using whatchamacallit? Canned pineapple rings, or are you using an actual pineapple? And by the way, I'm gonna do this for Thorspoon. Was it Thorspoon who did this? Who sent this? No, it wasn't Thorspoon. Who was it that posted this on? Oh, it was Wahui. So I'm gonna do this for Wahui, and he's not even here. But Wahui posted some really gnarly gnarly GIF of this pineapple being completely abused. I found it very disturbing, actually. So you take your pineapple core. Excellent, Katie. Very nice. So do you have a pineapple core? Because if you don't, I will totally do it your way. Because I could do it both ways. I could do it with a core, ipso facto core, or I could do it the way I would normally do it, and just. Is there an ad break going on right now? God damn it! This freaking thing. Sorry for everybody for the ad break. Let's see. By chance, can Mike a little further away? Still a bit hot. Oh, okay. All right. I can try. Hold on. I do not have. Okay, so let me try it a different way, Katie. All right, hold on. I'm helping Jess here. How about now, Jess? Is that better? Is that better? Jess, checking, test 1, 2, 3. Just chat. Oh, that sounds so wonderful while you're. Oh, very nice. So is that better? Like this? Yes. Okay, great. Sorry about that. I was actually trying to get it because the last time I had the lavalier on my shirt, and there was a lot of noise coming from it. It was like a lot of rubbing and everything, and I really didn't have like the right audio. So the one closer to my face feels a lot better. Okay, so Katie, you do not have the fancy tool, so I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. Yeah, it is. I mean, I can just drop this down even more. So, if that sounds even better, does that sound better to you guys? I'm going to just change cameras. Does that sound better? Hopefully it does. Okay, so let's do this pineapple thing, shall we? Here comes the ad break, and 3, 2, 1. Good, we're back. Okay, so let's cut into this pineapple. So Katie, cut off the top, right, and then cut off the bottom. And then you're just going to go in and you're just going to trim off the edges, just like that. All the little eyeballs and stuff. Now the thing is that most of these pineapple upside down cakes use those store-bought pineapple rings in a can, right? So they're all like perfectly round. Is how I trim mine. See, you're right on the money. So the thing is that you still need them to be round, and you still need to have the core off in the middle, right? So this is kind of like the tricky part. So what you're going to do is, first off, you're going to get rid of your scraps in your garbage bowl, and you're going to get rid of all your little eyeballs and stuff here, or your little thingies. Get rid of all this stuff here. So remember that you still have to have them round. So if you notice in the photo, and I don't think I have a photo ready here, but if you notice in the photo, mine has got like some edges to it, and basically this is how I ended up cutting it. I didn't do the fancy thing, the fancy tool. So get rid of your little spiky guys here. And give her your spiky guy there. And now you can kind of like just round them out, right? So you can just kind of like round them out a little bit. So you see how you did that? So just get rid of that, like right there. And then you can just kind of cut them on here. Just get rid of all those little Sharpie edges, and then put those aside because you'll probably be able to eat those later, or like in a minute, depending on your if you have tagine ready, which of course I do, because it's my life. Tagine is my life. All right, let's see, get rid of that. All right, good. So I mean that's pretty good. All right, so all we're really looking for is enough is enough of these pineapple slices to put on the bottom of the pan, right? So in this case, we're looking for 4. So we're gonna use, and remember, if you're gonna cut anything, Katie, just make sure you use you bring your knuckles in, right? So you can control your pineapple there. So you want to get into some nice, not too thick rings. Right, so this is about a half an inch, give or take, half an inch right there. There you go. So there you go. All right. Now these are really big. So look at these. These are really big rings, and so like most of the time, the rings that come out from the cans are like much smaller in diameter. So that's why some of these pineapple upside down cakes you see with like they have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, there's a lot of pineapple rings. In this case, we're actually using real pineapple with all the bits and pieces around it, and so you're going to end up with only using 4 for a number 8 cast iron pan. Okay, so let's put the rest of this pineapple aside. This piece here, which is a little thicker than I wanted, is going to go in my tummy in a minute because it's going to sit over here in the tagine. All right, so let me just wash my hands. Remember, always keep your hands clean, guys. Very important. All right, let's put this aside. Where's my put aside? There we go. All right, so 1 pineapple put aside. So now we need to make sure we can kind of get the middle out, right? So this, I mean, this isn't really a lot of rocket science per se. I mean, if you wanted it perfect, you would actually get the tool, and that's how you would do it. But if you're more like me and you're a pirate in your own galley and you're like, screw it, I'm going to just take my knife and do it, that's how you do it. Again, not rocket science here. So just do your pineapple thing like that. There we go. And pop that core out. By the way, I'm a big core fan. I actually eat the core. I know, I'm weird. What can I tell you? All right, get rid of the core there. All right. And by the way, if you're making this cake, this is literally the most time-consuming piece right here. This is a really fast, easy cake. All right. And there we go. All right. There we go. Okay. I know, Kevin. I love the cores. All right, so let's do, I'm going to put that there. Okay, so those are ready to go. Here's my tagine. You guys recognize my tagine, right? From my previous stream. You take your core and you go, mm. Oh my God. So good. Okay. So now I literally don't need this cutting board anymore, like at all, because we're good to go. Everything else is making dough. Well, actually, I do need it. I need to cut the cherries. So normally I would not, but because the pomegranates are not in season, and the frozen pomegranate seeds looked like absolute shit, so not gonna do it. We're doing cherries. We're also drinking some more tequila. Hold on. Cheers to Bitey. Hold on, let me turn this around. Oh my God, trees! I absolutely adore. I adore the cores. Adore the core. Yeah, they're delish. And then you just dip them in this tagine right here. Oh, baby. Oh, good. Okay. Enough of that. I end up sitting here, or standing here rather, and freaking eating cores all night. So let's talk pans, because now we're getting to it. So Katie, hope you got your cast iron pan. If you guys wonder why I called out a number 8, send me all your Haribo yummies. UXO is calling out you guys. Hold on. UXO, I'm bringing you up on camera here. You want all the Haribo gummies, I hear?
Yeah, from what I understand, they're contaminated with potentially a marijuana, and I happen to be a marijuana inspector for the government and would love to just get rid of all of those potentially marijuana overdose gummies.
Wow.
It's a community effort.
No, I mean, this sounds like you're doing a public service, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Captain America, but for real.
I salute you, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, so back to our pan. Guys, send all of your gummies to UXO, please. So if you're wondering why I put a sassy lady, how are you, sweetie? Street Red Prince, what's happening? So if you have this, Kevin St. Joe, thank you for your service, UXO. So at the top here, there's a number 8. Let me see if I can actually get it on camera here. There's actually it says it's like a number 8, and it actually is a certain type of size. So it's kind of like a 13-inch type of pan. So this is what you want to be able to make this cake. So I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to cut up these cherries. Katie, what kind of were you actually able to get the pomegranate seeds? Because I'm going to show you exactly how crappy these pomegranate seeds are. I mean, take a look at this, guys. This is what there was no way I was going to serve these to you or anybody. Just horrifying. Horrifying. I know. Pomegranates are I don't know if they're out of season. I mean, they are. I think they are out of season, but they're also just. I mean, technically nothing's supposed to be out of season. That was the whole reason for global trade, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Let's get these maraschino cherries going. So I'm going to grab a couple here and get them cut up for you, because we don't want the whole thing in there. We just want the halves. We want to have these bad boys. The maraschino cherry. All right, so we're not going to take too many of them, because you don't really need too many of them. All right, so let's just go there. All right, done and done. All right. Very sweet.
I'm not doing it.
Very sweet. All right, so let's close that up. All right, so now we're going to do is just gonna have these and put them in their little. Come on, there we go, and put them in a little bowl and put them aside while we set this up. All right, there we go. All right, so we're gonna put this aside. There we go. Get some cherries in here. Katie, get your cherries ready to go. Get your pineapple rings. Let me know when you're ready to go. Again, this is a follow along stream. So this is designed to make sure that you guys follow along and I keep an eye on you guys. While I eat some more core. Damn you, so you're down in Florida. Do you ever indulge in tagine fruit?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh my God. It's like I can live on it. Truly.
I mean, we have the tagine fruit stands with chamoy.
Oh my God! I got chamoy in the I got chamoy over there in the cupboard.
Oh yeah.
It's like Heaven on earth. All right, so let's put these pineapple things aside. I'm going to take these pineapple guys and I'll just put them in the tagine and put them aside for myself later, because I'm sure you guys are going to have me drinking more, so that way I'm ready to go. All right, now let's clean off this board because I don't need this anymore. And now we're going to get into the fun stuff. All right, Katie, let me know where you're at on your project over there. Let's get this cleaned up. All right, so we got our pineapple slices. We have our maraschino cherries. Now what we need to do is we need to hop into, take a look at the top. Let's take a look at our ingredients. All right, recipes, ingredients. So first off, equipment. Equipment that we were using, or that we are using, the cast iron pan. We got a cutting board. Obviously, we got a knife. What else I got going on here that I can't read? Large bowls, a saucepan. So a saucepan only if you have access to your stove. I currently don't, because I'm streaming from it. So we're going to use the microwave instead for this particular part of things. But if you were in a galley and you didn't have a microwave like normal pirate would, then you would use your stove to melt the next the thing that's coming up next. Instead, I'm going to use the microwave. So measuring spoons, measuring cups, a hand mixer, whisk. These are all the equipment that you need. Again, if you want to try this out, you can go over to the website gatopub.com, and there's a section there for all the streaming, all the equipment that you would need for any of our streaming follow along streams. Streams. So now let's go to cake topping. So cake topping, we need half a cup of packed dark brown sugar. So let's do that. So, all right, so half a cup of this. So let's see, we got trees. Okay, I need the cookie recipe so I can make pineapple cookies. Oh yeah, pineapple cookies for sure. Good stuff, man. All right, so let's take a look at the we got. That's coconut sugar. I don't need that yet. Hold on. Where's my measuring thingy? Oh, there it is. So there's my measuring cup. So what you want to do when it says packed, that means you need to actually kind of take the measuring cup, and if you're in like one of these guys, you kind of like just shove it right to the end there, and you use your fingers and you press it in. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, really. So, but there you go. So there it is. Okay. So now you're going to end up putting that into the pan. By the way, if you guys don't have one of these, this is kind of great. I bought this, I want to say about 10 years ago. This little guy here is a ceramic, you guys can actually see it there. Yes, yeah. This is a ceramic piece that you soak in water, and you put it in here, and you close it up, and it actually keeps anything that may congeal up, or may like for instance sugar, like brown sugar, when it gets all kinds of weird. This keeps the humidity in there, which is great when you put this in the pantry. FYI. Barley, anyone new jumping in the stream tonight? Remember, thank you, Barley. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Barley, you totally need, like, one of these things are so amazing. So amazing. All right, so let me just, by the way, you guys can see me, I'm constantly washing my hands, constantly. It's like, it's crazy. All right, so I'm following my own recipe so that you guys, if you read it, you guys don't think I'm doing something completely off the mark here. So add brown sugar to the bottom of the pan. So here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to add this to the bottom of the pan. Let's get ourselves one of these guys, and you're just going to add it to the bottom of the pan, just like that. And let's get off the cake ingredients. That's topping ingredients. Let's get off of that, and let's head on over to a different camera here, so you guys see what's going on. All right, so there we go. So we're adding the sugar to the bottom of the pan, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take the vegan butter. So we're going to put this aside for 2 seconds. Now, I don't want to wash the cup too much. I'm going to dry it out because I'm going to end up using this for flour. So give me a second here. Well, I wish the Tupperware ladies would still come by. I know, they were great, weren't they? Oh my God, selling Tupperware, like Tupperware ladies, like Tupperware parties. Dude, Tupperware parties, man, that's like today's book club, right? It's like lots of alcohol, lots of alcohol. Speaking of which, let me just take some of this. They will, if you rip them off for a happy ending. Oh, Kevin, you're such a fun guy. Let's see, a quarter cup of plant butter. So where's my quarter cup guy? So quarter cup of plant butter. So this is, we have lots of plant butter in this. So this is a quarter cup, so a quarter cup of plant butter. And what we're going to do is we're going to add that to this little bowl. And there's a reason for it. You'll see in a second. So let's make sure we get a quarter cup. There you go. And you guys see it's kind of like half melted already. I wanted to make sure that we wasn't wasting anybody's time. Already going to be taking too much time doing this on stream. So, Katie, how are you doing over there? Doing good? Got your sugar ready to go? Fungi or fungi? I don't know. He doesn't have a mushroom head. I mean, Kevin's got a nice bald head. It's not bad. It's not like some other people. I've seen some crazy bald heads in my lifetime. All right, so that's kind of like a nice mess. Excellent. Good shreds. Excellent. So Katie, yeah, good. Okay, excellent. All right, Katie. So now I'm gonna put this aside somewhere. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to put this in the is that everything that's going in here? Plant butter, yes. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the microwave for like 30 seconds because it's already like practically pre-melted. In fact, it may not even be 30 seconds. Oh, shit. No, I don't want that. I had it in there for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Ah, that's so wrong. All right. So we're going to have our melted butter. And so what we're going to do is we are going to add the melt the butter and pour over the top of the brown sugar, blend to spread over, add the pineapple rings, etc., etc. All right, we should be good. Yep, that took all of 20 seconds. So now we're going to take this butter, it's all nice and melty, and we're going to put it all over that good, that sugar there. All right, there we go. And just get the other hand. All right, there we go. Good. And it's in. Yes. Good. Excellent. All right. So now just mix it up like this. Get it all nice and gooey. There we go. Yes, nice and gooey. Very nice. Ooh, yum. Okay, good. All right. So you wanna spread it out as best you can throughout the whole pan. There you go. It's got some. There we go. Okay, good. Excellent. By the way, hopefully you guys, if you guys are following along, you guys have already have been preheating your oven to 350. Mine's ready to go because I started that at the beginning of the stream. If you have not done that, you are going to be way behind. All right, so there we go. All right, here we go. Done. Excellent. Now, time to put those pineapple rings in here. So I'm going to put the pineapple ring in there. I got one. I don't even know if this is going to fit. Hold on. 2. Yeah, this is going to be. Come on, get in there. 2. 3. Oh, this is. I don't even. I don't know if this is going to fit. It's funny. This isn't going to fit. Ah! Alright, so if this happens when you're using like real pineapple as opposed to the pineapple rings, the canned stuff, the best thing I can tell you to do is try to shove it in there, or take them out. take them out and trim them. But let's see. Okay, see, just squish them in there like that. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean this is like real Hawaiian pineapple. Yeah, squish exactly. Make them fit, Bart. Make them fit. Do this in the pan as I know. Yeah, it's absolutely one less dish to wash. So now take your cherries and put them in there. Take your cherries. Now remember we didn't have the whole cherry. In this case, we decided to cut them in half, but you can actually just. We're going to position them in different ways. So put that one up like that. That one there. That can go there. And I think I'm missing a cherry. Because I didn't cut that one in half, did I? Bad shreds. Guess what? We got more cherries. You guys have already had me drinking like crazy, so no wonder I'm losing it. Oh. I have these really cool like cocktail little like pokey thingies for fruit. They got little. Look how cool they are. So cool. So I use this with the little pokey thingy, otherwise known as a. There we go. Toothy picky thingy. All right. So there we go. So we got 2 of those there. I mean, that should be good. All right. So let's get this washed off. All right. Cool. So cherries away. Double check your recipe, guys. So spread over entire pan, place pineapple rings on top, add pomegranate seeds to the center of the rings. All right, so in this case, we didn't have pomegranates because the pomegranate sucked. So we did maraschino cherries. We are good to go. Check it out. Let's take a quick little close-up here, make sure that you guys see what's going on. Look at that. Look at that beauty. And hold on. There it is. Close-up cam got back. There you go. Very nice, right? All right. That's my close-up OBS is kind of acting up. So let's go back to camera 2. All right, so let's put this aside. Excellent. Now we get to the rest of the fun stuff. All right, Katie, you ready? You ready for the rest of it? Because we're jamming now. We're almost going to head over to UXO. All we need to do now is make the rest of the ingredients, mix them up, and we're going to put that into the pan. All right, let's get this out of the way. All right, so we don't need this anymore, and we can put that aside. All right, so let's get into our next. Boom. Let's talk bowls. All right, so what's up first, guys? What's up first? In a large bowl, whisk the flour, baking. Okay, so we got flour, baking soda. So let's take a look at our recipe. Let's take a look at what it is that we actually need for our cake ingredients. All right, cake ingredients. We need 1.5 cups of cake flour. Let's go. All right, cake flour. Cake flour, by the way, is a little denser than regular flour, so it's cakier. Yes, that's right. It's a word. It's cakier. Live with it. All right. So what I like to do is it's amazing. I rarely, if ever, use my 1 cup measuring cup because the half cup actually just works just really well. And I can get into smaller containers where I have different types of flour, and it's not as like you try to put that cup into anything. It's just like you can't get it into half the things. Anyway. So here we go. So we're going to do 1.5 cups. So we're going to do, so this is, get in here, come on. There you go. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you tap it like this. You tap it across, and then you do that. That way you get like exact measurements. All right, so that's 1. So we want 3 of these, right? Because it's 1.5 cups. So get in there. So tap, 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 tap. 2. And come on, baby. There we go. And 3. All right, there's 3. Got it. All right. So that's 3. That's 1.5 cups of flour, cake flour, by the way, cake flour. All right. So you want 1.5 cups of cake flour. You want 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And making, baking and stuff makes a mess. Just like flour everywhere, all the white stuff everywhere. I feel like I'm doing frickin' cocaine half the time when I'm baking. All right, so let's do here. So we got one teaspoon of baking powder and quarter teaspoon of baking soda. So yeah, make sure you do the right thing, because two entirely different things, you get two entirely different flavors. So this is my teaspoon. So what did I just say? I said baking powder is 1 teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon. And then you want a quarter teaspoon, and that's a half. So this is a half one. So a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. So that's half of that. There you go. So if you have too much baking soda, you're going to end up with like a very metallic type of flavor profile, and you don't want to do that. Everything has its place, and in baking, everything is about exact measurements as opposed to cooking, which is more like an art form, right? All right. So what else are we looking for? So basically, so you take the and salt and set aside. So I need how much did I put in salt? I had half a teaspoon of salt. Where's my salt? Oh, my salt's right here. Half a teaspoon of salt. I'm telling you guys, salt's a very important thing. It brings out the flavor in everything, plain and simple. Well, I bake just my brain. What? It is. I'm telling you, so baking is like a science. I mean, they say this, right? Baking is like a science, and cooking is like an art. And there's a reason why. All right, so we're going to set this aside. All right, so now let's get to the other bowl. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take 3 tablespoons of vegetable butter. So I told you guys we're going to be into the vegetable butter thingy here. We're going to have a bit of it. So I'm going to put that aside. So I have 3 tablespoons of vegetable butter. So let's get this going. So 3 tablespoons. So this is 1, 2, come on, 2, and wait for it. Oh, you guys can't see because I got the freaking ingredients all up in here. There you go. And 3. Okay, so we got 3 tablespoons of vegetable butter. Let's move that aside. All right, and now we're going to get into, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. And then we're going to need, so that's that. And now we're going to need 3 tablespoons of solidified coconut oil. So coconut oil comes in 2 different varieties, if you guys have seen it. It comes in like the basic liquid form, like you would imagine any oil. And then it comes in this form here, which is your solidified. So there's 2. And come on, baby. And you got 3. Katie, how are you doing over there? You got your dry ingredients on the side, and you got your. How is everybody doing out there? I just want to check in. This is after all, this is a cook along, so I want to make sure everybody's doing well out there. What you got, Katie? Checking in on you. Want to make sure. Let's see. Where is Katie? I cook like most people bake. Really? That's nice, Trees. That's nice. All right, just checking in on Katie. Katie, how you doing over there? All right, so that's that. And then we have, we're going to add I believe we got eggs and vanilla is next. Let's see, Katie, good, excellent, Katie. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the palm sugar. And we're going to cream them together for about 2 minutes. So what I mean by creaming, so the coconut palm sugar, how much coconut palm sugar do I ask for? It's 3/4 cups. 3/4 cups. So Shredz made a mess of her little 1/4 cup guy. So Shredz has to clean her little 1/4 cup guy. Give Shredz a minute. It's full of butter. Full of butter. She has to make sure it's clean and it doesn't have any kind of liquid on it. My coconut oil turns to liquid in the summer. Oh, actually, so that actually works out better for you, Katie. So the reason you want it solidified is that it's a different type of consistency. So if you imagine butter, versus oil, right? So depending on how you cook, like some cooks like baking with oil or Crisco. Some people like cooking with or like baking with butter, and so that's kind of like where this comes from as far as what type of coconut oil we're talking about, because you're going to see what's going to end up happening with the creaming. Yep, it does. It melts very easily, sassy lady, very, very easily. All right, so let's go. We're going to get 3/4 cups, so basically just 3 of these guys. So let's see, 1. That's kind of 2. 2. Come on. And there we go. 3. All right. So that's 3. That's 3/4 cup. That's a 3/4 cup of coconut palm sugar. And what we're going to do is we're going to cream these. So what we mean by cream, and again, I see a lot of people doing it where they just kind of blend. And oh, by the way, I'm drinking some more. Like a stick of butter. Exactly. So what I like to do is I like to actually just really cream them. Like I don't like to just whip them up for just like a minute. I like to actually make sure that that it'll look the way that I'm going to show you it'll look. So here we go. This is going to make some noise. Hang on tight. All right. So if you notice here, so I'm gonna do. Hopefully my close-up camera is actually working. I don't know if it is or not. Hopefully it is. No, that is not the cat fight night bell. Don't do it. Don't do it. At least not yet. We have PC Ghoul Fight Nights coming up next month. I actually have to build the damn camp. I gotta get the camp done. All right. I have a feeling I'm going to be reaching out to the Bethesda support team. A few. All right. So let's take a look here. So where's my? There we go. Let's go to camera 2, or actually close-up cam. Hopefully it's actually working. It is. Good. So take a look. So this is the difference between what I consider to be creamed versus somebody who just mixes. What you're really looking for is you're looking for something that's light and pale. Even if it is coconut cream, even if it is like a coconut sugar or a dark sugar or anything, you want it to be somewhat light and fluffy and airy. So what you're trying to do is give the fat and the sugar some time to like have this. The way I put it is a relationship. So you want them to have a little bit of a relationship, and they're nice and together, and they've solidified, not solidified, sorry, but they've melded, right? So that's basically you're creaming the two together. All right. So once that's done, I think we're going to be adding some vanilla into this as well, if I'm not mistaken, and 2 eggs, which means that Shredz should have probably not put away her. Which I don't think Shredz did, but they're like right there. So now we're going to crack in 2 eggs. So we're going to add eggs, and we're going to add the extracts. Oh, crap. Did I forget the extracts? Hold on. I forgot 1 extract. Coconut. Hold on. Be right back. Ah, let's see. No, no, no. Oh my God, Shredz, where's your coconut? Oh my God. I got everything but coconut. Am I out of coconut? Oh, it's possible I'm out of coconut. Oh my God. I go through so much coconut extract. Alright, well, you know, that's fine. Almond it is. You guys be doing coconut. So, it's fine, it's fine, so fine, it's fine, it's fine. We got this. Alright, so we're gonna add in 2 eggs, one at a time, by the way. So let's, where are my eggs? Oh, room temperature is preferable. You wanna have your eggs at room temperature. So I'm gonna crack this bad boy open and get him ready to go. So, also you'll notice when an egg is at room temperature, it's a heck of a lot easier to crack. Truly. Alright, I just grab my nose with my sleeve. Itchy. Alright, let's do this. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to add the egg. Make sure they're really well blended. Alright, good deal. Next up, second egg. And I know it's, you know, I know it's human nature that you really want to add both at the same time, but trust me, not recommended. The reason being, and this is kind of interesting, so it's like an emulsification, right? So if you've ever made, if you've made my mayonnaise, my homemade mayonnaise recipe from the book, I basically have you put in little by little of the oil into the egg, and it's basically 1 egg yolk. 1 egg yolk. Think about this. So you can actually make 2 cups of mayo from 1 egg yolk, and that's because you have to add the oil in little by little by little by little, and you have to continuously whisk it or beat it or whatever, because it emulsifies and it continues to build and continues to build. Yeah, it's like one of these processes, which is it's science, baby, it's science. All right, so let me just toss these. Hold on, into the garbage. All right, and what's left is we have pineapple juice and we have the extract. So Shredz needs to put in, what was it? It was half a teaspoon of each, right? So screw it, I'm just going to do a full teaspoon of the vanilla, because we are out of coconut extract. I feel bad. I'm so sorry. I feel bad. Katie, hopefully you have both extracts and you're not like a total loser like I am. Just hopefully not. Are you really kidding? That's awesome. I'm so happy. I would just exactly trees. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, screw it. More vanilla it is. And then now the pineapple juice. So we got pineapple juice. So how much pineapple juice do I got going on here? Had 2 tablespoons of, and then half a cup of coconut milk. So what is my plan here? Let's see. So continue to cream mixture. Add the extracts, pineapple juice, whisk, palm, and then whisk in the coconut milk. All right. So we're gonna do this first. So we've got 2 tablespoons, and all right, 2 tablespoons of pineapple juice. So 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. So that's 2 tablespoons of pineapple juice. I'm going to put that aside. That can actually go in a beverage a little later. All right, let's see. And it's... Get the edges. Make sure you guys get the edges. There we go. All right, and now we get to whisk all this bad boy into here. Now we get to bring this over to the dry stuff. Make sure, by the way, make sure you whisk this first to make sure everything on the dry side is already mixed in. You don't want extra salt on one side versus the other. All right, give it a good, give it a good spin. Okay, we got more on me than I do in here. Hold on. Let's make sure we get everything we can inside. There we go. I hear Super Tech in the house. Super Tech! All right, let me put this aside. Get this out of the way. There we go. All right, looks pretty thick, right? There we go. It looks pretty thick. There we go. Ooh. All right, now we get to add the coconut milk. There we go. And now I got to add coconut milk, which is basically half a cup of coconut milk? Half a cup of coconut milk. Where's my measuring guy? That's ounces. Half a cup is 4 ounces, so let's go. Alright. There we go, half a cup. Ooh, what was that? That's wild. Alright, there we go, half a cup of coconut milk. Alright, so now let's whisk this slowly. Get all this, oh, I said slowly, Shredz. So we don't get everything in my eyeball. Okay, almost. Alright, UXO guy, we're almost over to you. Almost there. Gotta get all this mixed together. Katie, how you doing over there? Checking in on Katie. All right, there we go. Okay, make sure when you do the whisk, make sure you get all that stuff out of there, and then you get that really nicely mixed in, just like that. So, there we go. Look at that batter, guys. Look at that batter. All right, so let me just get everything out of the way so we can actually put this into until the next time better prepared. Let's see. All right, so we don't need this anymore. We're going to need the pan. All right, this is going to be great because when I send this over to UXO, it's going to give me time to clean up the kitchen. Oh my God, the kitchen needs to be cleaned up. All right, let me just move this out of the way. Get these guys out. Done. All right, Gatos. Let's clean this up and bring our pan over. Katie, how you doing over there? I want to hear. Okay, good. Katie's doing good. Excellent. Katie, can you tell me if your cake looks or your batter looks all nice and smooth? Anybody who's following along, aside from Katie, if you tell me if your batter looks good and smooth. All right, we're gonna go to close-up cam. Katie, yep, sure. You see, look at that. How nice and smooth that is. Let's get this bowl out of the way. Look at that. Nice and smooth. All right. Good. Katie, sure. Okay. All right, so let's get this onto the pan. All right. So we're going to UXO guy, are you ready over there? We're almost over to you.
Oh yeah, we're ready.
Excellent. All right, so we're just finishing up here with getting all the goodness off of this whisk. Ah, whisks. Love them, hate them, all of it. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's get all the batter that we can. All right. There we go. I'll get all the bits. Get as much of that as you can into the pan. There we go. All right. All right, that's all the batter. Spread it nicely right over all the pineapple slices there. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Look at that. Look at that batter. Oh, there we go. Okay, make sure you cover everything. Now, just remember that this particular that we have really really thick pineapple. I mean, this is like pineapple slices, not that stuff in the. I'm gonna taste the batter from the can. Yeah, batter. Yeah, I'm licking it. That's right, I am. All right, do a little tap. Try to get as much in there. Tap, tap, tap. And here we go. This guy's going right into the oven, guys. Here we go. Into the oven. .350-degree oven. Let's bring us back to camera 2, and that means that we're setting a timer. Our timer should be popping up in just 1 second, and that is going as a 30-minute timer. We will check in with the. Oh yeah, Katie, you definitely have to tap it because it actually brings. So it does 2 things. It gets rid of air bubbles, and it settles the batter into all the crevices. So. Just a little tip. All right, we are now going to head on over so that Shredz can clean up her kitchen. We're going to head on over to none other than His Royal Highness, lovey-dovey over here, Mr. UXO.
Hey, your check's in the mail. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend. You're awesome. All right, it's all you, baby. It's all you.
That was some incredible cake making. I really appreciate that last bit you did. I'm really looking forward to see that thing coming out of the oven because I'm either just drooling already. It looks good.
Yeah, good cake, baby. Good cake.
Good cake. So while dessert is in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and make dinner. I got the Sea of Thieves book out here, and we're gonna make the Kraken pasta with shrimp. Looking through the very first step. I mean, if I'm like keep bobbling out of the very first step is to marinate your shrimp. I don't have TV magic to do. Unfortunately, life caught up with me, and so I did not marinate my shrimp. Luckily, though, we're not in a bind. I know how to infuse these flavors, impart the shrimp with the intended flavor of that 12 or 8 to 24-hour marinade like you have written down in the book. And so what we're going to do is pulverize our ingredients really quick instead of blending them. And what that'll do is keep things a little bit chunkier whenever we go to cook that sauce at the end. Those bigger pieces will impart the oil in the sauce when it's heated up rather than broken down. So we're going to go follow the steps the best we can, kind of like we were doing with your cake. unfortunately, no matter how hard we prepare for things, it never really goes out okay. Yeah, this whole fun experience so far today. If you guys are following along, please just follow the recipe. I have done my diligence on getting everything that you need based in the book, and the only change that I make would be subtle. I did pick up some black garlic. A lot of times it's used for like ramen and stuff like that. I can't say that I've ever used it in like shrimp scampi type dish like this would be considered. So why not have a little fun, play around with it a little bit? I promise you, I will keep the black salt put away. Um, I do have some. I was laughing hysterically whenever we went through that. And then I just did one of those. No, it's fine. We're good. We don't need to go there. So don't worry about the black salt. It does come from Hawaii. It's fancy. I used it in a barbecue rub. The only other thing, the only other addition that I have to this recipe is very simple, and it is one green onion. That's it. We're not even going to use the green part of the green onion. We're going to use the white part of the green. And what that's going to do is it's just going to add a little bit more acids, right, to our sauce, like we're doing with the use of the raw garlic. That's it. So just remember, we're going to chop the white part, the green part. I mean, honestly, you can just cut this off, put it put it in a cup of water, and then whenever you cook your eggs tomorrow morning, you can chop up some scallions. So we'll start getting ready on the recipe. The shrimp that I have, they were frozen. Um, the recipe calls for large 21-30 count shrimp. If you don't know, shrimp is obviously sold by the pound, but it's counted out. So based on the size per pound, and it's almost like golf scores, where the lower the number, the better. The lower the number of something per pound means that obviously the units are bigger. These are super colossal shrimp. They're 13 to 16 count shrimp. So that means that if you weigh these out when they're fresh, not frozen, between 13 and 16 of them should give you a pound. They use the crazy sizes, XXL jumbo, colossal, large. All it is really just a marketing tactic. 13, 16 count is really big. I don't buy them to be fancy. I promise you guys. I just get them for a really good price. So with that, with anything, especially with seafood, I live like feet from the ocean. We get fresh shrimp boats here. You guys probably get a lot of your shrimp from the city that I live in. So, just get whatever shrimp that you can get. These are shrimp from Walmart's frozen section, believe it or not. We get them at a good price, so that's what we're using. I'll stop rambling about shrimp. Everything else is by the book. So, if you do want to follow along, please feel free. Put your blenders away. We're not going to use the blenders. We're going to replace our blenders with a Ziploc bag and a rolling pin. That's it. Keeping it as simple as I can because I went years without even owning a blender. So, if you look at the first part of the recipe, it calls for an entire head of garlic. Whole heads of garlic are slippery because they are coated with grease naturally. When they're born, it's so when the grease passes through the fallopian tubes and through the birth canal, it doesn't, it has lubrication as it's born. When the farmer pulls it out of the ground. So what I was getting at is to get the paper off of cloves of garlic, it can be really, really, really annoying. And so I like to just put it in a bag. You don't need a whole lot of space in the bag. Twist it up. And then just beat it on your counter a few times. You're going to crush all this garlic up anyways. So who really cares what it looks like on the inside? All we're trying to do is separate the paper from the garlic. and you can see it does a pretty good job. The reason I like doing it this way is because garlic really stinks, and all the stink gets on your fingers. And if you don't have a silver bar, you go to, I don't know, shake your neighbor's hand or something like that. He's going to be like, hey, hold up, garlic hands, get away from me. So you might lose out on a multi-million-dollar deal that way. Just keep in mind, if you're a big business guy, to make sure that it's the good stank. Is it though? This is an 18 upstream. So, you still obviously have to peel the garlic, but this is how much easier it is. A lot of people too, I've seen, and I've tried it a few times, they'll take like a stock pot or a saucepan and then put a lid on it and throw the loose cloves of garlic in there and shake it around that way. It works. I mean, you're really doing the same thing, using force to separate the paper from the garlic cloves. Yeah, these they're already getting sticky on my fingers. But it's all good. It's not a big deal. Cooking with fresh garlic is something, and I know it sounds really stupid if you think about it. It's so easy to use in the right way, and you can pull off some really impressive stuff with it. Obviously, you don't want to overdo a dish or anything like that. I use a knife and back blade to squish it, and it pops the peels off. Yeah, I do that as well. Another really good thing to do is if you lay the garlic cloves flat down on the cutting board.
Hey, UXO. There's a minute in the in an ad break right now, so let's, if you want to hold off on the other tips. Although awesome tips for sure. You know what I like to do? Just a quickie to get rid of all that little papery stuff. Man, I just go and I take my knife, the flat end, the flat side of my knife, and just smash, and then just roll it out. Yeah.
I'm almost done.
Awesome.
The reason I like doing this too is because if I do it right over the bag, the fucking paper doesn't get everywhere. The paper is the most annoying part.
That is true. Yeah, that is true for sure. All right, so it's 30 seconds left on this ad break while I'm actually trying to finish up this lovely snake bite cocktail, or not snake bite cocktail, but venom snake venom cocktail. And we got 17 seconds left here, and I'm almost done with this cocktail. So
I have to make another one. I don't know. Maybe we can get some. Maybe, what is it? It's every 5 subs, right?
Every 5 subs, yeah. Every 5 subs makes me take a shot.
I mean,
so far I'm 2 shots and one snake venom in. All right, we are back. We're back, my friend, which means I'm out.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Shredz, for helping me out with that. So, back from the ad break. Wash my hands off really quick. I've already succumbed to the fact that I will be smelling like garlic when I go to bed tonight, and it's cool. We have a really bad vampire outbreak right now in Jacksonville, Florida. Swamp vampires. So the garlic will actually probably be out a little bit. White onion time. Let me know if I'm not centered, by the way. All right. So the white part of the onion, like I said, cut the green parts off. And all I'm doing is slicing this up right now because its current form is a really long tube. And so it's a lot easier to break down if it's not in that long tube form. All right, so the recipe that we're following, the Kraken Ink pasta with shrimp, it calls for an entire head of garlic, 13 cloves. Let's just call it 13 cloves. 13 clove shrimp. And then the heel, the stem of 1 scallion. Put these green bits in the fridge. Probably end up just putting them in my pickle jar. All right, so with that, all we're going to do, we're going to take that and put it in a Ziploc bag. Okay, now, we were talking about earlier, separating the garlic from the clove with the back of our knife. I brought up using some salt to, it's like an abrasive. It'll help grind it down. And our recipe calls for salt anyways. Now you notice I didn't take the time to cut the heels off of these cloves of garlic. It's because we're going to pulverize them anyways. Our recipe calls for, let's see, a teaspoon of sea salt. We're going to end up using a little bit more than that, and that's really not that big of a deal, and I'll explain to you why here in a second. All right, so just the onion, just the garlic, up on there. We're going to cut a lemon in here. And right now, I'm not going to put any of the juice in my grater. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my grater, and right now, just zest some of the outside of the skin. Just a little bit of the zest. You don't want to add zest early into a recipe ever, no matter what. Hey, Big Papa, thanks so much for that resub. I'm gonna take care of that for Casey. While I'm pretty sure she actually said that she went to the strip club. So thanks so much for that resub. Really appreciate it. All I'm gonna do is take some zest from this lemon. Okay. And if you've never zested a lemon before, it's really easy. All you're doing is getting the outside of the fruit, the very, very, very outside part of the fruit, because that's what contains most of the oils. All right, and you can see right here where I've taken my zester, and you can still see the lines where I'm just scraping the exterior of the fruit off. You get inside to this white part, the pith, the rind, it's really bitter. If you see this in any vegetable, any fruit, sorry if that's super bright. You see this in any fruit and any vegetable, it's really bitter. So cut them out of your oranges, cut them out of your fruit, cut it out of your green bell peppers, stuff like that. Just cut the pith and cut the rind out. All that's going to do is impart some oil into the marinade, the quick marinade that we're making. Now remember as well, this quick marinade is going to end up being in the sauce, okay? So right now we're building it up. And we've got a lot of acids put in. We've got a lot of acids built into here. So we obviously don't want to eat just acidic pasta. This is where our olive oil is going to come into play. And our olive oil is just going to add that earthy undertone, but it's also fat, right? And so fat and oil, they don't mix. This is brand new, bought earlier today. Fat and oil don't mix, right? But we can emulsify them. Let's see. Our recipe calls for, where are you? A quarter of a cup of olive oil. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to put half of that in, okay? We don't want to make like a loose sauce or anything like that right now. We want to make more of a paste. You don't want to add a whole lot of liquid to a bag you're about to beat the shit out of, because that's a really good way to rupture the bag and then get a mess all over your kitchen. Squeeze the air out. Lay it down. Please let me know if you guys can't see. Now, I'm not going to beat this with excessive force. We're really just trying to break everything down. Onions almost immediately start breaking down. Try to keep everything down in the bottom of the bag with your salt, okay? The salt, it's not going to break down, because remember there's really no water in here. There's only oil. The only water that's going to be introduced is from the cloves of garlic and the onion. There is a lot of oil, there is a lot of water in that, but it's not going to be enough to break down a whole lot of the salt. Remember to, when you're looking at this and you're asking yourself, well, how far do I break this down? Again, this is going to be our sauce. Okay, this is going to be a big part of the pasta dish that we're eating. So just think about what the consistency that you would like. If you're the type of person that wants to eat giant chunks of garlic, it's going to be cooked. So, hey, do you, boo boo? Do you? Okay, we still got love for you. You know, people might look at it a little funky. It's 2025. You do whatever you want. Live your life. Me personally, I am just going to keep breaking this down. And Barley says, me. Hey, Barley, there you go. Another tool that works really good for this is a muddler. And then also, if you have, probably the best tool for this would be a mortar and pestle. But it's not like a lot of people have those in their homes anyway. I would say I would put really good money on there'd be one person in this entire stream right now that has one in her house, and it would be Shredz.
So you say one. I actually have 4.
I am not surprised at all.
I have a Japanese one, I have 2 Mexican ones, and I have 1 Thai one.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, I'm out.
All righty, there we go. So I think I won myself. I won that bet against myself. So congratulations. Everybody go ahead and gift 20 subs. We'll just wait. We'll wait for those. All right, so we're still beating this down. You can squeeze it out onto the board and start to chop it down. Just remember you're dealing with a paste. If you can't see right there, there's a piece of paper that I missed. Don't worry. If you see that kind of stuff, just pick it out when you go to put it in with your shrimp. All right, I'm going to leave this a little bit bigger for right now. Oh, Sassy Lady says she just bought a new lava stone one last week. There you go. So guacamole is probably out of control there. Now, if you're doing this with me, the bag looks really unpleasant. But I'm telling you right now, it smells so good. The onion contrast, or the onion complements that garlic. Stand by with your onion. All right, so with our shrimp, the recipe calls for the large count peeled and deveined shrimp. Deveined shrimp just basically means cutting the poop shoot out of the back. A lot of people like me, I'll be honest with you, I eat shrimp completely whole. Cut the head off. I don't cut anything out. I don't peel them. Tail, legs, whole 9 yards. That's just how I've eaten shrimp my entire life. Because I didn't want to be tied to the steak and burn tonight, I did go ahead and peel the shrimp off. These were frozen before the stream. I want to thank you for remembering, Steve. The entire time while Shredz was making her cake, I took a 1/4 cup of salt. That's it. And then just covered these shrimp. They were completely frozen right out of the deep freezer, and you can see now that they're completely thawed. I mean, and when you smell shrimp, it should smell fresh. If you smell any fish, any seafood, and it smells too fishy, it's too much. If it's not a can of packed tuna, and you open or sardines, and you open it up and say, this smells too fishy. If you look at, I'm really not going to be able to tell here with the lighting, it's not great, but when you go to look at shrimp or fish or anything like that, and the skin isn't a little bit opaque, if it's white, don't eat it. If you go to look, if you're eating mussels, the shellfish, and they're open, don't eat it. If you go to eat any shellfish that you didn't open yourself or watch someone open, don't eat it. So those are just general rules of thumb. These are still super. One of my lights just went out. These are still super cold, so we're not worried about that. Right now, though, we're gonna get back on it and dump our entire bag of garlic goo in with the fall field deveined shrimp that you guys have.
It's looking
Fishy
yummy.
smell
It's looking
is not fresh. That is
it's looking
absolutely
very
fresh.
yummy there, UXO.
What's that?
It looks yummy. It looks perfect.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Hey, you're the one writing the recipe. I'm just trying to get it put together.
No.
So the credit goes to you.
It looks amazing. It looks amazing. I could smell it from here.
Oh, I wish that I wish that Dan Clancy would come up with a way to transmit smells through Twitch. Because right now, all that I have beating me up is it's just garlicky onion, and oh my gosh, I'm in heaven with that.
And then you're gonna add the lemon. It's just gonna be. There's gonna be like this. It's gonna settle. It's so pop.
This lemon. The reason we added the zest in first is just to give us it'll impart a little bit of the zest flavor into the shrimp, but this lemon juice, what it's going to do is it's going to brighten the entire dish up. So we've got all the oniony smell, that garlicky, the acids from that, and then what does a lemon smell like? A lemon smells like fresh. A lemon smells like clean, and that's kind of what the acidic oils for citrus do whenever we're eating. It helps cut that fat. And it helps wash our tongue off so we can taste more taste. That's what we're going to use it for here. We're just adding it to another layer, which is different parts of our tongue taste different things. All right, so right now we've got our olive oil, we've got our garlic, we got our lemon, and our olive oil. We've got our olive oil, salt, lemon, garlic, and onion. Thank you. And that's all this is. And we're just going to set this aside for a minute. All it needs to do is just sit. You can cover it up with plastic wrap if you want to. You really don't have to if you don't want to. This is going to cook so fast that it's not going to make a difference, and you're not going to meet those foodborne illness parameters that a lot of people are really scared of all the time. So set my cutting board back here behind me really quick. Thank you. And then move some stuff around here. We are going to boil water for our pasta. Shredz, I'm going to give you enough time for your cake to cool.
Yeah, we got three, almost 4 minutes left before we have to pull it. Yeah, well, before I have to pull it out and then kind of take a look. Obviously do the test, right? So it's supposed to be 30 to 40 minutes. So we're going to take a look, right? Going to put in a cake tester. So what I'll do is I'll cut back over to me. We'll do the cake test, just double check, and see if we just let it cool. And then send it back to you, or then either way, it's got to cool, right? I also want to check in. I also want to check in with Katie. Katie, what's going on over there? Is everything baking correctly? Are you smelling your cake in the oven? You should be smelling it by now.
Cake should be smelled at this point in time.
Yes.
20 minutes into the oven, 25 minutes into the oven, we should be smelling smells for sure.
Yep. Just want to double check here. Want to make sure I'm smelling good. Just wait. Excellent. All right, back to you.
Guns, I promise you.
Back to you, my friend.
Thank you so much. There you go, Wasteland. I promise you, there are no guns. I'm just what would be considered a giant by average-sized human norms. all we're doing right now, I put 3 liters of water into this pot, cast iron Dutch oven. While it's coming to a boil, I have a few minutes, and I'm gonna give you the cast iron talk. Buy your cast iron from Aldi. Discussion over. That's it. This Dutch oven was $19. I've had it for 7 years, and it's compared to the Le Creuset, French cast iron, enameled cast iron. I have probably 8 pieces of enameled cast iron from Aldi. I have not paid more than $20 for a single piece of it. Chicken roasters, roasting pans, sauce pans, frying pans, saute pans. It's really good. So please don't waste your money on some big brand name or anything like that. Just check out Aldi. The cast iron sales around the holidays, usually around Thanksgiving, absolutely ridiculous. I buy these for friends and family that get married. This is what I give as a wedding gift. Call me cheap, I don't care. It's not about the price, it's about how much use you can get out of it. We've got our squid ink pasta here. And so while we're waiting for the water to come up to a boil, I do want to bring some of the attention to the recipe if you are following along with that as well as I'm trying to. We're not going to drain our pasta. So just keep that in mind. We're going to take this pasta directly out of the water, and then we're going to add it to this other pan that I have down here, and that's where we're going to finish our dish off in. So please remember, you're just going to need a pair of tongs and a colander. We are not going to drain. Excuse me. We are not going to drain this pasta water down the sink. We need it. We need the starches.
I was going to say, go ahead and tell them why, because it's very important to know why.
Sure. I got no problem explaining things into extreme detail. So when we boil the pasta is dried starch. Sorry about that. Dried pasta is formed, stretched, dried gluten, and gluten is just starch that has reached its point of saturation, and then through kneading, it's oh man, I'm too stoned to explain that, I guess. Anyways, you break down the carbohydrate and it turns into a stretchy cell, and that's what gluten is. And that's what we're going to talk about. And bread, and donuts.
That was all good. All right, I am bringing out the pan now. We're gonna do a quick cake test here. Frickin' pan is hot. Pan is hot as fuck. All right, let's take a look here. Let's head on over to our main camera.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a cake tester here. So basically, we're gonna go in, and we're gonna come back out, and it is clean as look at that, clean. So that means this bad boy is gonna sit here, and it's going to cool. So that is it. I'm heading back to UXOGUY so he can finish up his talk about starches in pasta and how pasta water can actually thicken up your sauce. So if you're doing kind of sauce, any kind of anything, or a tomato or pesto or whatever it is, and you're thinking, oh, how am I going to get, I need to do something else to make it thicker. No, you don't. You just need to have your base. Add that just a little bit of pasta water to kind of get that going in there, and it actually thickens it up because it is, as UXO said, a starch. So we're back over to UXO. Back to you, buddy.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the best part about the pasta water, really in anything, is it makes it like velvety smooth. I make macaroni and cheese, and I don't even take it out of. It's 3 ingredients, 4 with water, and it just stays in this pot the entire time I cook it. Let me go ahead and turn my extractor on and see if I can get some of this. Um, get some of the steam out of our way here. Sorry about that. Some of them I didn't anticipate. Just 1 second. You know if that. You know if that's too loud. All right, so turn the heat down a little bit. I don't want it to boil over again. As long as the water stays to a rolling boil, that's fine. We feel like we're there if you leave the steam. It's not that type of stream, Barley. It's not that type of stream, buddy. I haven't been in the Navy in a long time. So yeah, starches in the water. The starches that fall off from boiling or are imparted in the water. It'll add a lot of smoothness to whatever sauce you're adding it to, and that's why I don't drain my elbow pasta whenever I make mac and cheese. I think I made it Thursday, and it's just canned evaporated milk, shredded cheese, obviously elbow macaroni, and water. That's it. Seasonings are the only other thing that are included. Turn this back up a little more. We got 9 minutes and 30 seconds until a cake check, I believe. I might see things a little bit faster than you guys do. Um, the goal is we will be done with this dish completely. If the pasta cooks in the next 5 minutes, we'll be done with this in the next 15 minutes. So this is something that we are going, it is a little bit out of the norm. But shrimp scampi is something that's super easy to put together really any night. And a lot of it's not something that's had enough. It's really impressive. It's just one of those simple things that people come across as really fancy. And so we actually eat it fairly regularly. It's super fast to make. Shrimp is so easy to cook. Once you cook it 2 or 3 times, you kind of learn. Oh, okay. Especially if you get the same size shrimp and stuff like that all the time. You just kind of know. Okay, that's when these are done. Dude, be chopsticks pro. Yeah, these are just cooking chopsticks. I actually find these are a lot better to cook with than most cooking utensils. And for the longest time, I was hoarding takeout chopsticks and using them as cooking instruments. You know what's funny? Cook yourself some scrambled eggs with a pair of chopsticks. It'll blow your mind. You'll never use a whisk or a fork or anything like that ever again. Just sit there and stir your eggs really fast like I'm stirring this pasta. The only thing I'm doing is obviously keeping it rolling in the water, right? And the more you keep it moving around, the more contact it comes with the boiling water, it cooks faster. But the big thing too is since I didn't fill the pot up all the way, I want to keep these things moving around so they don't stick to the bottom. That's probably the main reason why I'm doing this. If you keep your pasta moving around while it's boiling, it won't stick to the bottom. I didn't put any oil in this pasta. I didn't put any salt in the water. Gotta make sure I wasn't told to. I was told to, and I didn't put salt in the water. So Strad will have me standing tall before the man at captain's mast for a violation of direct order from commanding officer.
I'll let it go since it's actually squid ink pasta, so I'll let it go.
Okay, 10-4. So there's a lot of people that talk about salting your pasta water. Don't salt your pasta water. I'm just going to tell you that this is what it does. It seasons the water. Doesn't make it boil faster. It doesn't do anything other than just season the water. So, throw a little salt in there if you want to. If you don't want to, it's not going to hurt. Um, and then the same thing. What's up, guys? There you go. Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's just, all it's doing is seasoning the pasta once again and and oiling it. But I mean, that's it. Yeah, please don't add oil to your water. If you want to, like, so when I cook my macaroni and cheese, I do add a little bit of oil to the water. It is because I only fill the pot up so it covers the pasta. Um, I need that little bit of extra, um, whatever you want to call it, lube, to keep things from sticking. Yeah. Barley, no, salt doesn't. That was like one of the biggest urban legends, like Marilyn Manson getting his ribs removed. Yeah, it really doesn't change the boiling point of water at all. Like Schroeder was saying, um, all it does is, it's going to draw out more starch from a boxed pasta because of the properties of how salt works, right? That's why when I bring the shrimp out of the freezer, I don't put them in water and salt. I only put them in salt because that salt is going to draw out the moisture. So this is almost done. So as soon as your break is done, I'll be moving on. Oh yeah, I appreciate that. It's almost your time, Katie Reed. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 The starch. What happens is the starch actually starts to cook on the bottom of the pan itself, like a thin layer of gravy, literally, because that's what most gravy is starch. Um, and so, yeah, all right. Get back on topic real quick. We love our starches. The starch is done starching. So, we're going to move on to completing the dish. I've taken our quarter cup of butter, half a stick, and toss it into the pan. This is on high heat, but I'm going to drop it down to about medium. We don't want to burn the butter. It's very, 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 very important for scampi. You do not use brown butter. You want to melt the butter, and cook the solids. That is it. So remember, we're not going for brown butter. It ain't that type of dish.
Yep. Brown butter's a whole different scenario.
Oh yeah, big time. All right, so once the butter is melted, I am going to turn the heat back up. The only reason that I'm turning the heat back up is because we're about to add the entire bowl of shrimp plus the marinade, everything right to our pan. This is a wok. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll switch.
Yeah, we can see it. There it is. Yep.
Okay, cool. This is just a wok that I had. It's a T-fowl wok of all companies that I imported over from Japan, and it is my daily driver. I use this pan more than absolutely any other pan in my entire kitchen. I cook everything in it. I cook soups in this thing. I cook eggs in this thing. You name it, it goes in this pan. All right, I'm gonna take that off really quick, just so it doesn't keep cooking. I'll go ahead and turn this off all together now, and let's see how much pasta is left in there. Nothing, only a few pieces. All right, so clean chopsticks. Don't use your pasta chopsticks if you're using the chopstick cooking method from UXO. Clean chopsticks. Everything right in here. Now, all we're going to do for the next couple seconds, if I've been listening to this idiot drone on, listen to your pan, okay? If I can hear it already, and if you guys can see it, it's boiling. We don't want it to boil. We need this to cook up really quick. There we go. I'm actually going to turn it up to max heat. And just like our pasta, stir this while it cooks.
So while that cooks, UXO, I have this. I have the cake is ready to be flipped. So, I need to check in with Katie. I don't know if Katie. Yeah, because Katie's following along, so I'll make sure that she's ready to flip her cake too, because this is going to be a it's pretty heavy. It's a pretty heavy cake. Ooh, cake. Yeah, this is pretty heavy cake, indeed. Ooh, Katie. She says she'd be right back, so I don't know where she's at. We're gonna wait till UXO actually gets to a point where he's able to actually we're gonna just wait for Katie. That's what we're gonna do. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll head back over to UXO and see what's going on with his shrimp.
We're scrimping. Just added the other half of the lime. Juice only, okay? Juice only. And the other thing we gotta watch out for those seeds. Because nobody you're trying to impress. You guys see that? Nobody that you're trying to impress wants to bite into a lemon seed. Now, if you hate somebody and you don't want them at your table, put a lemon seed in their shrimp scampi. I'm sure that they're not going to want to come back and eat with you again. These shrimp are cooking up really good. That sauce is coming together really well. The smell in my house right now is buttery, garlicky onion goodness with a little bit of kiss of the sea.
Love it. Katie's back. Katie is back from chasing the dogs. Excellent. Katie, just checking in. Oh, excellent. All right, good, Katie. So we have double check your cake. Make sure it's nice and ready to flip. It should still be hot, but not like crazy hot. Should be warm to the touch.
All right, all I did was add a pinch of red pepper flake into this.
Excellent. That's in.
Sweet the second time.
That's in
of
there.
that lime.
Yep, that's
That
in
red
there.
pepper flake, you don't need a lot. You're not trying to make the dish spicy. What it does is the red pepper flake, the capsaicin in the red pepper, it adds another layer of that brightness from the lemon juice. The red peppers they're if you don't use a lot, they're actually really floral. So that's the profile that you're going for with the red pepper flake. We're not going for scorch your fucking asshole off. It's not Taco Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, no, the red pepper actually is such a nice. It adds like that like you said, like it's another dimension to the entire flavor profile, where it's not just like full on like just garlic, right? It's not full on just it adds a nice little layer of differentiation, which is great.
Yeah, it cuts the fat. Because
Yeah, it
you think
does.
about it. We add a quarter cup of olive oil into our marinade for the shrimp. Whenever we started putting our sauce together to finish the dish out, the first thing we did was melt a quarter cup of butter. And so
Mm-hmm.
you have all the milk fats and everything like that in there too. So again, it's like you were talking about, we are kind of joking around with your cake, putting it together, baking via like a controlled science experiment. You're kind of saying cooking is an art. It almost is an art because you have to build your flavor. And
Yep.
you eat a fucking cake and it's a chocolate cake. Yep, it's a chocolate cake. You know what I mean? Whereas shrimp scampi or a meal that you're having, if it's not a fucking steak and potatoes, you wanna treat people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's really not fancy cooking. It's
It's
just
not.
understanding how your ingredients work together. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I mean, this recipe is really super simple, and
It
it
smells.
just
It smells
sounds,
so
it
good.
sounds, looks, and smells fancy.
Oh my gosh! This is definitely, aside from the fun of being in the Sea of Thieves Cookbook over here, like I was saying, shrimp scampi is something that a lot of you really don't hear a lot of anymore. You know,
Yeah.
um,
Which is a shame, really,
and
because it's so
they
good.
really guys, this and it's so quick and it's a cheap meal to make, all things considered.
Yeah.
Um, and that's why in the part of Italy that it's from, why it's so popular, is because it's a cheap meal to put together.
Yeah, it's
All
it's
right,
uh
so
it- it's it's obviously not super expensive. Obviously, the Kraken ink pasta is a little different, but that adds a little
bacon
extra. Yeah, that adds a little extra flavor of the sea. So
is fun,
it's got a little briny taste to it, which is fantastic.
right?
That complements the shrimp and the garlic sauce really well.
Well, parsley, um, more parmesan and crack. Cool. All right, so one thing, let's talk about really quick the appearance of the pasta. On top, everything looks great. The We can see the sheen in the pan. I'll move everything out of here so we can focus on our cooking dish. Just give me 1 second. All right. And then I think, Casey, we're good to take it back to you. Let's just
Are
go over
you?
what to look for next time.
Yeah. Are you gonna plate yours and then we'll come back to you
Yeah,
once
I'm gonna
you're
plate it.
okay?
I'm gonna.
All right,
Mhm.
excellent. All right, so then we're gonna come over to me. So we'll be back to UXO momentarily when he's done plating. We're gonna come back over to me and take a look at our cake. So let's do this. We are going to flip this bad boy because he's now done. He was in the oven for 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and he came out really well with, again, you can use a toothpick. Toothpick is fine, of course. I ran out of toothpicks. So, and I ended up with this cake tester, which cost me like $1 somewhere. So, I love my little cake tester. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, Katie, I know Katie's over there. She's got her cake as well. Hot. Shit. All right, it's kind of hot. So it's on. It's been on its cooling thing here. If you guys see my little trivet here, it's a little kitty cat with a fish thingy. Of course, it's a kitty cat. Why would it not be a kitty cat? So let's do close up, so you guys can see the crust of the cake. And now we're going to, let's see, I think this might be a good camera angle to do this on. because I got to do the flippy thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here, like so. Oh yeah. And let's see, I do this here. There we go. Okay. Oh. All right, let's see what that's. All right, camera one, what we got? Let's move the trivet out of the way. Ooh, that's a hot trivet. All right, let's see, let's hope this came out. We're gonna take this, we're gonna take the knife and all right, here we go. In the moment of truth, guys, moment of truth.
Let's do it!
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Check it out, kids.
Wow. Now that looks fucking incredible.
Look at that. Look at the steam coming off of this guy. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, he's a beauty.
That looks so good.
Oh, man. Look at that. Oh, it smells delicious, guys. It smells delicious. So just so you guys know, yep, that's right. Tap, 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 sassy lady. So just so you guys know, let's do a little close up here. Let's see if I can get the, you guys can see the edges there. So the reason it doesn't look like a normal cake is because of how thick those pineapple slices are. And again, honestly, I could care less. But if you wanted a more picturesque, a little bit of a different, kind of a standard looking cake, definitely use the, definitely use a one of those tools, one of these guys, these core tools for your pineapple, so that you can actually get exactly that size. So this size type of pineapple slices. Should have cleaned it first, and or go in and go ahead and grab the can type. So, but yeah, they are exactly, Jorge. They are thick, super thick. But look at that. Smells so good. Smells incredibly yummy. I am going to cut. I'm going to wait for this to cool off just a little bit more to cut into it. By the way, one thing I didn't touch on when we started the stream was the reason that I know, right, Sassy? It's like, yeah, your own rings. Yeah, Earth Ready. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Yes, we did our own rings. The reason, by the way, guys, before I forget, hey, Peachy9, how are you? Before I forget, make sure you guys put in hashtag cake. Hashtag cake. We are doing some giveaways today. We got a signed cookbook. I will autograph a cookbook to yourself, or if you already have one. If you win it, you already have one, you want to give it to somebody else, I could totally autograph it to somebody else. Or as well as we have for one of these aprons that comes along with one of these tankards. So please go ahead and put in hashtag cake. Hashtag cake. There you go. Hey, Cuban girl, how are ya? How you doing? Yay! Great to see you. Hey, good dog. How are you? Great to see you. Hey, Peachina. Yeah. Hey, everybody. What's happening? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah. So the cake. Let's see. I'm just cut over to the other camera. Yeah, cake came out great. It smells fantastic. So what I was saying is the reason you start dessert before you start. So this is the reason we did it this way, so that UXO was doing his pasta with the shrimp after I started the cake, is because I will tell you this is advice. Even though dessert comes later, always start your dessert first. So whenever you're preparing a dinner party or just a dinner in general, or whatever it is that you're doing that has anything to do with food, that has a course, like a first, a second, and a third, what you want to do is always, 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 without exception, start your dessert first. Because that way, again, this goes for ice cream. Think about it. Think about it for a second. Ice cream, cake, mousse, Jello, anything that you make that's a dessert will go into a refrigerator, or will have to cool down, or will have to do something for a longer period of time, and they usually stay longer. right? So they usually kind of like, the ice cream is going to stay in the freezer, the mousse is going to stay in the fridge, this cake here is going to cool down, it's going to stick around for a while. So this stuff doesn't necessarily have to be hot, right? What has to be, and if it's a dessert, you can always reheat something. What you do have to have hot is your meal. So always serve a hot meal. Do not serve a cold meal. I'm telling you right now, the worst thing that could happen with any meal is that it goes cold. Ugh, right, UXO? I mean, ugh, like, right?
100%.
It's like,
without a question of it. It ruins everything off the.
it's like the best meal in the world, and you're like, oh man, it's cold. It's cold. But yeah, so always start. Yeah, it's so bad. So I Rando, 100%. Unless you're having ice cream for dinner, then by all means, then you know, do it. Do you, baby? Do you? Just do you. All right. So UXO, are you ready for your reveal over there? UXO.
Yeah, sorry, you broke up. One more time.
Are you ready for your reveal over there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna reveal it, and then I'll put the finishing touches on it right before we serve it.
All right, so let's head on over to UXO and see what he's got going on over there. Nice, man. Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah. So to finish it off, we're gonna grab that lemon. Remember we talked about don't ever put all your lemon zest in at the beginning of your dish. At the very end, we are going to top our dish with more lemon zest. All right, just a little bit, not a whole lot. It doesn't need to be a lot. We're not trying to have our guests get a mouthful of lemon. What it's going to do is that acidity is going to be the very first thing. That brightness is going to be the very first thing that hit our guests' tongues. That was a little bit much, so I blew it off. That acidity is going to be the very first thing that hits our guests' tongues, right? And then it's going to be followed up with those other layers we were talking about. The layers of fat, the butter, the good olive oil that we use, the garlic, the onion, the red pepper flake, everything has its place. And then to help just add a little bit of extra to that lemon zest that we put on top, fresh cracked black pepper. The two of those go hand in hand with the Parmesan cheese that we put on there, the red pepper, good crushed black pepper with that floral note. That's the only reason why our brain registers it as so good, is because fresh peppercorns are floral in tasting. Obviously, they have that spice, that kick that goes behind them. But yeah, there you go. That is Kraken ink pasta with shrimp a la UXO.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Big shout out to guys. A big shout out, please, to UXO for his. Just absolutely outstanding. Let's do this. Huge shout out. Huge shout out.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate all the kind words and everything. Thanks so much for the claps and chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for having me, Shredz. It's been nothing but fun.
Oh my God, absolutely. This is so much fun. I mean, I think I definitely want to do this again.
We might have to. I think your community might start demanding it from us. So I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just keep polishing on what we started.
Yep, and actually, what because I mean, obviously we have plenty of recipes from the cookbook, but I'm also actually testing out recipes that are still Sea of Thieves oriented, right? They're still Sea of Thieves kind of like tied in, and I would love to kind of like do a couple more streams that are tied into the recipes that are already printed, but I also want to do some that I'm testing out. So
Yeah,
I thought that'd be kind of super fun. Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be and actually they're mostly seafood related, so I think it'd be really, really fun. Yeah.
Shut up, Meg.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. JSR, it's also really awesome to see you too. Hi, I love you. I know it's been like 20 years.
And Wahooey's in the house. Hey, Wahooey, how are you, sweetie pie? All right, let's head on. So again, big shout out, guys. We're going to UXO. Can you take that dish and kind of like shove it a little closer to the camera so people can really get a just over to, yeah. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh man. Ah, there it is.
Hopefully that's good enough.
Thank you, my friend. Amazing. Amazing.
Thank you guys. It's been so much fun. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, sweetie. All right, we are back on camera too. So we have our here's the pineapple upside down cake that we did today. I want to see Katie's. Katie, how did yours turn out? I want to hear. Just pop in some kind of comment about how it turned out. Want to make sure it came out the way that you expected it. Guys, make sure you put in hashtag cake. We are going to be doing some giveaways pretty shortly, actually. I do have some shots I have to take because Barley, who's also amazeballs, Barley dropped in 10 gift subs into the chat while I was taking the cake out of the oven, randomly pinging messages with my trackpad. So that means I have to take two shots for every 5 subs. I gotta take a shot of this guy. Not as nice as yours, but not bad for my first. Fantastic, Katie. That's huge. That's huge.
Awesome job.
Awesome job. All right, so let's do this. All right, this is for so Barley gets 2 of these. So Barley, my friend. Oh yeah, here you go. Cheers. Thank you so much. All right, number 1.
Woohoo!
Ooh. Oh boy. Mmm. Yeah, Katie killing it, guys. Killing it. Amazing. All right, so I actually want to cut into this. I want to show you guys. Let's see. I want to cut into this guy.
Don't cut into me. I'm over here stuffing my face with pasta.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut into this here. See, like that. And then this, I'm gonna cut right in the middle. Oh, damn.
Tonight on Shredders.
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta do the close-up shot of this guy. Hold on, so that people can actually see what's going on here. So hold on, let me just put this aside. Here you go. Look at that.
I think the one thing that we're missing down here is the Pornhub intro music. I think that's fitted. Oh my god. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at it.
Oh,
Oh.
that looks good. That looks
UXO guy and Mr. Shredz and I are going diving. So let's try this. Here we go. Ad break and okay, so ad break is on for a minute. Goddamn freaking ad breaks. Hold on. These ad breaks are driving me nuts. Hold on. Let's see. Click on ad break. Dismiss. No, come on. Hold on. Come on.
I don't mod you up, sorry.
Hold on. I gotta move the mouse. The mouse is out of my purview. There we go. All right, mouse is all right. All right, it's gone. All right, here we go. Let's. I'm gonna try out this cake. Here we go. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, anytime the first reaction, they don't say anything. Anytime somebody takes a bite of something and the first reaction is, you're good. You're sold. The job is sold. You did awesome.
Oh my god. Dude, it's so moist.
That looks great.
Oh yeah.
So do you think that, what is the difference, right? Because obviously pineapple upside down cake was made popular after the war due to the amount of, tin pineapple that became available, due to like the war production efforts and stuff like that. So that's how all that like cream of mushroom soup and the tin stuff that, our parents and grandparents kind of grew up with and live with is the like spam and stuff like that. That's really got its popularity.
Right.
What do you think the biggest difference between using canned sliced pineapple and the fresh pineapple is? Does it change like the consistency of the cake since there's so much more moisture and sugar to it?
Well, in my opinion, the real pineapple added to it adds more texture. It adds a more of a like when you bite into it, it feels like it feels like pineapple. Like you got a so the canned stuff is full of syrup, right? It's full of sugar.
Oh yeah.
And so it tends to make the it tends to, I guess, blend into the cake a little bit more, if you know what I mean. It kind of like it's kind of like sits in there like a little bit more, kind of like it becomes like squishy. This, if you can tell, it's got some. Actually, I'm gonna put the. I'm gonna do the close-up.
Like an angel food cake kind of texture.
Yeah, yeah. So this one, if you can tell, if you guys can see this, it's got a little bit more texture to it. See, so like there's a whole piece of pineapple here, and when you cut into and when you dive into it, it still has some of that some of its texture, some of its
Right.
what's the word I'm looking for?
It didn't cook down. It
didn't cook into the cake, right? And so you get that you get the flavor profile, you get the texture, and let me just go back into the camera here. So you see right there, see how it's got, like, you get a piece of it, and it's nice, and it still has some of its firmness, and it's still sweet.
Got its body.
It still has body. And if you take a look at the cake itself, I mean, look how moist that is right there. Look at that. I mean, look at that. I mean, oh my God, guys. Thank you. Mwah. Love you guys. Here we go.